Speaking of gurus, we have one of our favorites on our show today. Luckily, he's a very busy man because he has his own radio show. He's an author, he's a speaker, he's a trainer, and he's a good friend of ours, and we're stoked to have him back in the house sharing with you what you need and want to know about credit today. Our very own Rondi Lambert with Your Credit Matters. Welcome back in the house.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on the show again today.
Yeah. See, he's already, practiced at this radio stuff. This is easy for you, huh, Rondi?
It's so much easier to be on other people's shows. I love being on I just get to relax and do what I want. I don't have to worry about the clock and all that other stuff.
Well, what's cool is just so you know, if you're listening, this is not taped. This is live. This is Rondi calling in and joining us today. Right, Rondi?
That's right. I'm at the radio station here, getting ready to do my show. I'm going to knock out a bunch of shows today, so I can take the weekend off. But, yep, it's live.
Very cool. What's cool about Rondi, why we've aligned ourselves, and we're very, very particular with Don and Gino mortgage planning team at Cherry Creek with who we align ourselves with regarding credit, because most credit people, and this is not just a plug for you, Rondi, this is a fact, being in the business for 25 years, is that you do not charge our clients until you actually remove the item from the credit report. I mean, we're talking you do the job first and then get paid. Am I right?
You're absolutely right. And, and we have to explain that over and over again. And people are always like, okay, so I hear what you're saying, but how much are you going to charge me? I'm like, nothing. Well, what about a monthly fee? No, there is no monthly fee. And I got to relate it to this. When you go into Chili's and you get your dinner, you don't pay them up front. It's not fast food. But there's a lot of bad credit repair people out there that charge it all up front. It is illegal, but they're willing to go to jail over a few $100s. And seriously, do you really want to work with someone that does that? And most of my peers charge up front, even though it's illegal. So we do not charge anything up front.
And let me clarify that for you, Rondi. They're going to say that they have a compliant method, that it's because they're a nonprofit, that it's because they're a this or a that, but it's just not legal, right? You've looked into every which way, and it's just not right.
It really isn't. And here's the thing, is if you pay them up front, what is the incentive for them ever to fix your credit? They got all their money up front. Or if you pay them monthly like the big boys charge online, the so-called attorney law firm that fixes your credit, you pay them, $100 a month for the next 4 years. And as long as you're paying a monthly, they're going to drag it out as long as possible. With us, I work for free until I fix it. And the longer it takes me to fix someone's credit, the less money I make because the more I got to pay staff. So we're in a bigger hurry to fix the credit than a lot of our clients are because we want to build a client so we can build some other client. Get on to the next one.
That's good stuff, Rondi, because I love the fact that, like you said, if you pay them up front, then they're not incentivized as much to get the job done in a timely manner. And that's why I always gave the flowers at the end of the date.
That's right. And if you think about it in the construction world, I used to run a construction company. People didn't pay me up front, but there's a lot of shady contractors out there. You pay them up front, and you never see from them or hear from them ever again.
Yeah,
they got their money and they ran.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've lived this, and I bet you have out there too, because I know we've all had to deal with that. Now, Rondi, I want to share. Of course, we're aligned with Rondi Lambert. You can reach out to us to get a hold of Rondi by either calling us at 855 Don Gino, DONGINO, 855 Don Gino, or you can go email us donandgino@gmail.com, or text us. Don and what is it?
Don and Gino at 72727. Just text Don and Gino to 72727.
And we'll get you Rondi Lambert's information on how to improve your credit, fix your credit, and I know you can eliminate all kinds of things. We're talking, and you do it legally. Just so you know, I want to clarify this, and I'm sure you're going to help us with that, Rondi. But you do it legally, and you can help people remove even short sales, bankruptcies, and foreclosures. Correct?
There's nothing on a credit report that cannot be removed. Nothing. Bankruptcies, foreclosures, tax liens, judgment, short sale, payments, nothing. If it's on there, it can be removed because it was put there. Anything put there can be taken off. And the way we do it is there's close to 200 federal and state laws that protect us from the banks. And the banks very rarely ever follow the law. That's why you're always hearing about them getting sued. I mean, look what just happened with Fargo. millions of dollars for discriminating. And so they're always in trouble with the law because they break the law. That's how they make their money. So because of that, we understand the law, so we're able to see the items removed from their credit report permanently and, most importantly, legally.
I like that. Okay, we promised to share with them some of these top 5 myths, and we only got, unfortunately, we're short on time. We have about 3 minutes left. So why don't we start with the 5 biggest myths about credit that aren't correct?
Yeah, the biggest one that I run into is as long as you do all of your inquiries in 30-day window, they don't affect your credit score. That's not true. FICO Model 8, they don't affect the credit score. But mortgage people do not use FICO Model 8 because Fannie Mae will not let you. You guys are still using FICO Model 2, which every single inquiry impacts your credit score.
Wow.
And it's 55 points, and that's a big 55 points. The next one I want to bring up real quick is credit card balances. It impacts your credit score significantly, even if you pay it off in full every month. Because if you're not paying it early, if you pay on the due date, and then when they report the next day, they're reporting the full balance that you paid. So you need to pay your credit cards early. Otherwise, they're always going to show maxed out, and you're going to have a lower credit score. If you close your credit card, your credit scores will go down. Never, ever close a credit card account. Ever. Fourth, never leave a credit card with zero balance on it. Zero balance credit cards are covered by the Fair Isaac Company, who creates the FICO score. And by having your credit cards at a zero balance, you will lose anywhere from 50 to 75 total points. So keep $1 or $2 on those credit cards. And lastly, names and addresses. People say old names and old addresses don't affect credit scores. That is true. However, if you have an old name or address that someone else also has the same name as you, chances are you get some of their bad credit on your credit. So names and addresses do make a difference.
Wow. So those are definitely real myths. I hear those things every day in my business, Rondi. So thank you for clarifying those, especially the inquiries. That's a big deal. We talk about that all the time, and so many people in my industry give bad advice. They say, oh, yeah, we can pull your credit. Don't worry about it. It's not going to do anything. So thank you for clarifying those very, very critical points.
And we'd love you to get the same quality information we get from Rondi and go to lacreditradio.com. lacreditradio.com. It's our own site aligned with Rondi to make sure you get the right person behind you, because Rondi, as you can tell, he knows his stuff. He trains it. He's on his own radio show every single week, and he loves what he does. I know, Rondi, you just love helping people improve their credit, improve their lives.
Absolutely. You know, it's my passion to do this because we are impacting thousands of people's lives each and every day. And if it wasn't for this, I don't know what I would do. I mean, I'd do this for free if I could.
Well, sometimes you do, I know.
Sometimes I do it for free, but it's especially because I got to pay my staff. And so we basically charge just enough to cover our staff and to pay for my bills. So if any of your listeners need help with getting items removed, bankruptcy, charge-off, short sales, whatever it is, have them reach out to us. We're here to help.
Well, reach out to Rondi Lambert at lacreditradio.com and help him pay his $1 or $2 per month that's on his credit card, and allow him to pay it early. Thank you, Rondi, for being part of our show as always, buddy, and thanks for the great tips.
You bet. See you guys later.
All right.
Thank you, Rondi.